Disclaimer, this video will contain spoilers, so if you do not want to be spoiled for Cuties, then click off now.
Every time I'm in the street, I hit man down. Where you from? Who you know? Where you from?
So, Cuties has finally released, and the world is definitely talking. No, it's really not. I don't think anyone's watching this movie right now, even though it got the biggest of controversy from that trailer that we all saw. Definitely all of us saw that trailer. And it's finally released on Netflix. And I watched it. And you want to know why? Because I thought that the world was overreacting. Because, we oh my gosh. We overreact about a lot of stuff nowadays. We overreact about a lot of movies, trailers that we see, all of that. So I was like, maybe, just maybe, the world is overreacting about this. Maybe it's just going to be like a heartfelt kind of movie. And I saw the Rotten Tomato score before I watched it, like a week before it came out, like about last week, and I was actually like, it has a pretty high score. So you know what? I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. That was my fault. This movie is bad, and I mean it is bad, and not just because of the story or the plot or whatever. It's just getting from point A to point B. The whole story is bad. So let's talk about it. So we follow this 11-year-old girl, and remember that 11-year-old girl named Ami. She's basically I think this is a French movie, so she's growing up in France, I don't know the traditions about France, so some stuff that might seem weird to me, it might just be me becoming off as a jackass. But I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. Some stuff is very weird, but some stuff in this movie is just all over the place. So pretty much, her mother is going through with a wedding that's going on, even though I think her ex or her Ami's father broke up, I guess, or is cheating on Ami's mother, so I think she's dating another guy. I don't know. That whole plot point is confusing. Pretty much, there's a mother in this movie. There's also a little kid who I always forget his name. Keep forgetting his name, but he's honestly maybe the best part of this movie. He honestly is funny at points. He's not a horrible child actor, I'm gonna be honest. I actually thoroughly enjoyed him throughout this whole movie. Ami, I did not enjoy at all. So pretty much, she wants to, or basically, she goes down, which is in the trailer. It's the first part of the trailer. She's in this building. She goes downstairs, and there's basically this girl, and she's dancing, while she's doing the laundry, and she's for some reason ironing her hair, which, again, I don't understand, but maybe that's like something that goes on in that country that I don't know about. That might seem weird to me. Maybe that's something that they do there. I don't know. I don't want to come off as an idiot. I don't want to come off as like one of those people who's down in their basement with a beer in their hands, drinking, super fat, and just like talking. I don't want to be like that. I do not want to be one of those people. So, basically that happens, and all of a sudden, she's like really invested in that for some reason. I don't know why. She's just like, wow, those people were really intriguing. So she goes to find that girl once again, and basically that girl is part of a dance group called the Cuties. It's basically just like the mean girls of school, and I mean the mean girls of middle school. Uh, it seems like they're in elementary school. I was in elementary school when I was 11, so I was just starting middle school. But again, maybe that's their school. Maybe that's their schooling or whatever. So again, I'm not gonna say anything. So pretty much they're trying to act older than what they are. So pretty much they're trying to be like, they're trying to flirt with other guys. They're trying to, and it's all female, by the way. All, like an entire female group. They're trying to flirt with other guys. They're trying to say that they're in high school. They're trying to lie about their age. All this kind of stuff. So, First time that they see Ami, it's pretty much when she's spying on them. You know, they're dancing in the alley, and all of a sudden, Ami comes up. They throw a rock at her, because that's how you know they're mean. So she has a bruise on her face, and she goes home. Her mother, I guess, never realizes that there's a scar on her forehead. I don't know. I think she tries to hide from her mother at this point. Uh, so pretty much the next day that she sees them, uh, the girls are pretty much like, "Why were you spying on us? Why were you spying on us? You're not allowed to be here. Why were you there?" And all that kind of stuff. So they're pretty much making fun of her, right? They're making fun of her. Next day comes. The next, also, by the way, there's a girl with rainbow hair, which I don't remember her name. I'm sorry. I don't remember a lot of people's names in this movie. I'm being so serious. Um, but do you really need to know their names? But pretty much there's this girl with rainbow hair that's like, come on guys, let's just go. She's trying to like get her friends to go with her. So right now, not a horrible movie, right? It's pretty much the standard movie. Besides the ironing bit and throwing the rock, which is a little bit too much for your first encounter. You know, just like kind of a basic movie. Also, I forgot to mention, on Ami's, I'm guessing first day of school, which I guess her family moved here. So this is her first day of school. There's just a bunch of people outside doing the mannequin challenge, and teachers don't like it. They don't like it at all. So they take the dance group and company and like take it to the office or whatever. So all that kind of stuff, right? Then the very next day, after they make fun of her, Ami goes to the bathroom and the girls are there, and Ami just decides to follow them, just decides to be a part of their group now, and they don't even care. They were really just making fun of this girl literally yesterday, and now all of a sudden she's literally just standing right next to them. So they're pretty much like, okay, Ami, you see that guy over there while he's using the bathroom? Film him. Film him using the bathroom. You hear how wrong this sounds, right? 11-year-old girls. So over in my house, I'm like, okay, that is very, very creepy. But I want to keep watching. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe that's just like them being, maybe that's the dance group being mean or whatever, or just like forcing stuff that this girl does not want to do. But she does it. She doesn't get any like real footage. Also, I forgot to mention the girl with the rainbow hair. I guess she steals a shirt from the laundry from this guy, and she just runs into Ami's apartment, which I laughed so hard about because immediately after, this girl, like I guess, gets like a powder or something, and then she spits on the powder, and then puts it on the scar that's on Ami's forehead, and then just runs away. And I was laughing so hard. Again, maybe I might just be an asshole, but that was hilarious to me. I don't know why. So then the rainbow hair girl again comes around for some reason, even though they were literally just making fun of this girl. She comes to her house, and all of a sudden they're friends. All of a sudden they're friends. Out of nowhere, they literally just forced this girl to get dick pics or dick video, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh yeah, we don't like you." And then this rainbow girl comes up, and then she's like, "Oh, you want to be friends?" I swear to God, I had no idea what this movie was doing. So overall, I was like, okay, maybe this is like so bad that it's good kind of movie, right? So that's the impression that I was starting to get. This girl, Ami, our main character, they're talking, right? And she's like, "Oh, you didn't get anything on the video." Then the best brother ever, comes up, and he's basically acting like a kid. Ami throws him into the bathroom, locks the door, literally puts a broom right like in between so you can't open the door, locks him right in the bathroom. Right in the bathroom. You want to know why? Because he was being a kid. He was walking around. That's why. He was walking around and talking loud. and she locked him in the bathroom. So I was like, okay, that is very far. Again, so bad that it's good, right? Then, we get like a little like montage scene of the two, like friendship or whatever. They're talking, they're becoming friends. They're putting their head in gummy bears and eating them, whatever. Uh, so the kids, I guess, somehow turned the water on, started the bath, and the water started to overflow, and he could care less. That's probably one of his weakest moments. So then, all of a sudden, this girl comes up, Ami, comes up to this dance group, and she's like, oh, she's gonna film for us. She's gonna film for us now. And the other girls are obviously like, ew, why? Why is she here? Except for the Rainbow Hood girl, she's like, no, she's good at filming. What? What? So, everyone starts, like, I guess, doing, like, a circle kind of dance. And they're dancing, they're popping and locking. We haven't gotten to what the trailers or what everyone's getting, like, upset about, right? We haven't gotten there yet. So, um, then they go home. The filming was good, and all of a sudden, all of them are friends now, because they go to. I'm gonna sound horrible here. They go. So pretty much the dance group is the rainbow haired girl. Then there's a blonde chick. Then there's African American girl, and then there's like I don't want to sound mean. I really don't. But there's like, let's say Sierra Burgess. Let's say Sierra Burgess but sassy. Uh, so pretty much they go to Sierra Burgess's house, and she has black hair. That's the only difference. So pretty much they go to her house and they're trying to, I guess, seduce or I guess seduce this guy over the laptop, and then all of a sudden, Sierra Burgess turns on the camera because I'm guessing they're using Zoom, and this guy sees how little they are, how young they are, and they're like, "Ew, why are you here? Why?" Blah, 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 blah. So all this. Also, I forgot to mention two things actually. One, they keep trying to flirt with these guys. There's these two guys that come around while they're like while they're like the dance group is hanging out with Ami, and Ami's like, we're 11. They're like, no, we're 14. So the guys go away, and they're like, no. Um, and also throughout like in between parts of what I've been saying, Ami is like learning how to dance. She's watching the routine over and over. She's trying to learn it, right? So not horrible so far, right? Then, the this is this is my favorite part of the movie. So I watched this the English dubbed way. So it was English subtitles in the English dub. And I swear to God, the English dub for this next scene is hilarious. Because all of a sudden, because this girl turned on the camera, the rainbow haired girl just starts whooping Sierra Burgess's ass. And I was laughing so hard. Oh, and she was so mad. She's like, why'd you put on the camera? Why'd you put on the camera? Yeah, yeah. And I swear to God, it was so surreal, but I loved it so much. It was hilarious. Oh man, I love that scene. It's not an amazing scene, but it's a hilarious scene. So pretty much this Sierra Burgess girl gets kicked out, and Ami learned the routine, and she's like, why don't I be on your team? I could be on your team. And she's like, you don't even know how to dance. And Ami just does a dance or whatever. And she's like, wow, you're really good, but I don't think the team wants you on the team. Now, this is when the movie gets bad. The fight was the warning call. No, a lot of the stuff was the warning call, but this is when the movie gets bad. So, a little while back, out of nowhere, Ami watches some knockoff Cardi B, WAP, or 6ix9ine Goomba, or Gooba, whatever, kind of video, where it's just twerking and all that kind of stuff, adults twerking, butts out, all that kind of stuff. And apparently, Ami got inspired. So all of a sudden, Ami just starts twerking in front of this rainbow haired girl. Not towards her, but away from her. She's like on the ground on all fours and just starts twerking. And this girl is like, yeah. So they go to this dance group, and I swear to God, this is the thing that everyone feared about this movie. Everyone was like, why are they doing this? Why this is only for pedophiles, all this kind of stuff. Ami goes to this dance group, and they just start twerking towards the camera. Towards the camera. Towards each other. Towards the camera. Ami teaches them how to flirt. She's like, oh, you want to be seductive? Okay, put a finger to your mouth. And I will remind you, they are 11. 11 years old. Okay, I'm 15. I'm 15. I'm 15. And I literally don't see this stuff at my school. I literally, I literally do not see this stuff. Obviously, I see selfies. I obviously see like obviously the girls like facing the side or whatever, putting their hands at their hips or whatever. Obviously, but I never see these girls twerking. I never see them having a finger on their lip, in their teeth or whatever. I never see them like using like their teeth to pull down their lip or whatever. I never see that at my school. And then all of a sudden, well, maybe they do. I don't know. But all of a sudden, these are 11-year-olds. I never saw that. I barely see that in high school. Literally never saw that in middle school. And I swear to God, if people did that in elementary school, oh my God. And these are 11-year-olds doing this stuff. That's the problem here. That's the problem. If these were high schoolers, then yeah, it would obviously be like, it would, like, I'm not saying, I'm really trying not to sound like an asshole, but if everyone in this movie was a high schooler, I think it would work a lot better. Maybe it could just be like your average teen movie or something. That obviously is only for like a certain number of people. Like Work It. Like, you guys saw Work It? Did anyone watch Work It? I did, and I reviewed it. But that's pretty much also a dance movie. But as high schoolers, not really the same story. Although it kind of takes a few things from it. But there's obviously twerking, all that kind of stuff in that movie. But the reason why that movie works is because A, they're a lot older. B, it's actually funny at points. And C, I like the characters in that movie. The problem here is that these are 11-year-olds. I don't think there's a single joke in this movie, or if there is, then they definitely do not land. And I don't care for anyone. I would have cared. I do care for the little boy, but he's kind of like a minor character. He's there in like scenes, but he's not like all over this movie. Ami is the main character, and I just don't like her at all, at all. And it gets even worse from here. So we already have that, right? Now all of a sudden they know how to act like porn stars. So all of a sudden, and I swear to God, they go to I'm trying to remember how this movie like progresses. So I'm pretty sure that I only watched this movie once, and I'm only gonna watch it once ever. So I'm pretty sure that I should take notes. Uh, so here comes the qualifiers or whatever. That's what I'm gonna call it. But Ami has to do this thing with her family first, where she's becoming a woman. Uh, and she sneaks out while they're doing their stuff. She tries to get to the qualifier on time, but she's late. The door is locked. She won't get in, so she has to watch through the window, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't not look good. And need I remind you, these girls are just twerking in front of the judges, just twerking to get in. So she hears them afterwards. She's like, "Oh man, she hears them talking. She's like, I'm about to kill her. If I find her, I'm about to kill her. I swear." So Ami goes home and she's like, "Oh, why are you so late or whatever?" Or and all that kind of stuff. And imagine if your mother saw you like this, yada yada yada. So the girls see her and they're like, "Oh, why were you late?" And she was like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I was late. I was trapped. I couldn't get out. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry." And so they're all in like high tension right now. It's at a boiling point. So all of a sudden, these girls go to laser tag. I don't. I'm just stating what happens in this movie. Again, I might be wrong, like at certain points of this movie, like what happens, like the progression. But this is all the events that happen in the movie. So they go to laser tag, right? But they don't go through the front door. They go through like the back door. So they pretty much didn't pay to get in. They don't have their equipment, and they're pretty much just faking it. And they're just like having fun. Security guard comes, and they're like, "Oh my god, you didn't even pay to get in, get out, all that kind of stuff." And the girls are like, "No, we won't get out." And so the guy grabs, I think it was the blonde girl. And this blonde girl is like, "Oh my god, he dropped me. Oh my god, he's touching me inappropriately." So another security guard comes and they're trying to trying to lie about what happened. And the security guard is like, "No, this is what happened. I'm telling them to leave. If they don't leave, then I'm gonna call their parents." And she got angry. She screamed. I grabbed her, and now she's thinking that I touched her inappropriately. All that kind of stuff, right? In the middle of this, I think it's a blonde-haired girl. She gets an email, or I guess a text message or whatever, saying that they got into the finals for the dance competition. And so everyone's screaming, everyone's jumping, and they try to use that to get past. And so the girls are like, "No, we just got into the final of the dance competition. Can you please let us go? Otherwise, we won't be able to go." And the security guards are like, "I don't believe this for 1 second. You guys aren't dancers." Then Ami steps up to the plate, and what do you think she does? I'm going to give you, does she A, does she call their parents? Does she call the security guards' parents? B, use the power of seduction to get past these security guards? C, lie? Or D, twerk and use the power of seduction to get past these security guards? Stop thinking. It's B and D. I swear to God. And I swear to God, these guys I swear to God, they get horny. I swear. I was, I, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Oh my God. You know what? Let's just keep going. Let's just power through this review. So, they're all like, "Yeah, we got into the finals. Yeah, we got into the finals." And then they find this rival dance team that they're against, right? Um, so these people are like the high scores I was talking about earlier, and there's also the guy that Ami filmed earlier, using the bathroom but didn't get any footage of it. So pretty much Ami gets, I think it was like a can or something thrown at her, like a drink can or whatever. But I think there was a trash can there, and she just missed the trash can. And Ami was like, "Oh hell no!" And so she starts beating this girl up, And then the girl, like, obviously takes advantage because it's Ami, an 11-year-old, versus a high schooler. Um, and then all of a sudden, this girl pulls down Ami's pants, and everyone's making fun of her and all that kind of stuff. And they just walk away or whatever. So I think this is what happens next, and I swear to God, this is one of the most, like, why did this happen? Like, who thought this was a good idea? So, Ami, I forgot to mention. So this guy, comes to Ami's house, and basically, I guess he's like moving in, or he's just trying to, stay there for a little bit, and Ami steals his phone so she can finally have a phone, right? And she's been using that phone for, I guess, the music and to watch the twerking video from earlier. And she also uses it for this knockoff Instagram. Um, this girl, this guy comes up and he's like, "Why do you have my phone? Why do you have my phone?" He finally realizes where his phone is. He's like, "I thought you checked." And she's like, "I did check." And then he takes his phone back, and Ami's like, "No, give me the phone! Give me the phone! Give me the phone!" And so this girl is somehow able to hurt this man, gets the phone back, runs to the bathroom, and this guy is banging on the door, "Give me back my phone." Ami decides, you know what? I've had enough of this. And I swear to God, I'm about to get demonetized. This girl, again, 11 years old. 11 years old. 11 years old. Remember this. And this man is a full grown adult. This girl. I don't. This girl basically pulls down her pants, and the the door is locked. Thank God. He's on the outside. She's inside the bathroom. Thank God the door is locked. This girl pulls down her pants, pulls down her underwear, and takes a nude selfie of her down below. That's what I'm gonna call it, so I don't get demonetized. She takes a picture of that, and then just gives the phone back. And I swear to God, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And and then all of this happens, right? And then Ami goes to class the next day, and I think this is what happens. I think she's like very happy or whatever. And then I might be like I might be messing up with the timeline. It's either one of these two things happen. I'm gonna explain both of them. So the first one that I think might happen first is that the girls, the dance group, sees this photo on this knockoff Instagram, and these girls are like, "Why would you do that photo? You just ruined our image. I know we're trying to be all like sexy and all that kind of stuff, but that's just nudity. That's not okay." And Ami's like, "I don't care. Let's just dance." And so she starts rehearsing, and she starts like getting very aggressive with the girls, and they all walk away. Maybe her girl kind of looks at her just like, "Why'd you do this?" And she's just doing that cliche, like the last person to leave, staring at her for a bit and then leaving. And so Ami's all alone. Then I think, and I'm not entirely sure, I think. Oh wait, I completely forgot. I think right after the nude, Ami goes. She has dinner, and her mom just collapses. She just collapses, and the boy is like, "Oh my God, mommy, what happened?" Ami just keeps eating. Your mom just collapsed, and Ami just keeps eating. She doesn't even care. How am I supposed to care for this character? How? But you know what? Let's just keep going. You know what? I was really starting to. I was really contemplating turning this off. I was like, hopefully this gets better. And so Ami goes to class, and the teacher calls her up, and this guy just pretty much just like slaps her in the butt while she's walking up. And Ami's like, "Why'd you do that?" And the teacher thankfully saw it, which I kind of was like, "Okay, good. Teacher saw it." And so all she has to do, just go up to the board, do whatever the teacher wanted her to, because the teacher was like, "No, that's not okay. Please go to the office, please." And the kid is trying to fight back, being like, "Oh, she's a slut. You see her, what in knockoff Instagram? She's literally just she's a whore or whatever." And Ami, though, all she had to do was just do whatever the teacher wanted her to. And so these two get into an argument, and the teacher is hearing this whole thing, watching this whole thing. And because of this, Ami, and because of what the boy said, Ami decides, you know what, I've had enough. Gets a pen and just stabs this boy. Just stabs it right into his hand. And it was against the desk. Ami was like, bah! And the pen is inside this boy's hand. And at this, I really paused it. I paused this movie. I was like, what the hell is happening? And so, and so Ami goes home and obviously gets a whooping. You know, her mom finally finds out about all this. Not even the dance. She doesn't even know about the dance yet. She just knows that Ami just stabbed a man, or stabbed a boy, and Ami, she gets whooped. I mean, whooped. And so, they go down, and again, I'm a Buddhist. I don't know about religion. So, again, if this is a tradition or whatever, I don't know. I'm sorry. I might be sounding off. I don't want to sound like an asshole, but again, this is just, I don't know what this next scene is. So, because of how she acted, Ami goes down into, she goes down somewhere. Uh, she goes down somewhere, and this girl, her mother and I'm guessing her grandmother, throw some water on her, which I'm gonna presume is holy water, but I do not know. Again, I don't know. And she starts like shaking. Ami starts shaking. Then all of a sudden, she gets down on the goddamn floor and just starts twerking again. In front of her parents, right in front of her mother, just starts twerking. Why? Who even knows at this point? Actually, I think the stabbing came first, and then the blowout with Ami and her friends. And so I think after the blowout, um, the Rainbow Hair girl comes up and she's like, "I'm willing to be your friend." But they're at the laundromat, and she's like, "I'm willing to be your friend, but you can't be with you can't be with anyone else right now. They're all like, they're all like, all this kind of stuff. You just can't do it." And she's like, "But what about the dance team?" He's like, "I'm sorry, but you're off the dance team." And so Ami hugs the girl, right? And she hugs a little bit too tight, and she's starting to like, pretty much, I guess this girl is running out of breath, Rainbow Hood girl, and so she finally breaks free and she walks away, and Ami no longer has friends. Oh man. But the problem is that she did all of this stuff and she doesn't learn, as we will see coming up. So, uh, so this girl from earlier, Sierra Burgess, comes back into the dance group, and the dance is like a couple of days away. So, Ami decides, you know what? And I'm obviously skipping a bunch of stuff that happens in this movie. There's obviously some other WTF moments, but they're more or less just I don't want to talk about them. So this girl goes to so finally we're at the dance. Finally, it's finally the finale. It's finally over. So we get here, right? It's finally here. Ami decides, you know what? No matter what, I'm going to be on this dance team. So she dresses up. She dresses up for no reason. Really dresses up in her costume and just pushes Sierra Burgess into the water and she starts drowning. And we don't know what happened to her because they never go back to this. So, from what I am supposed to believe, Ami just killed Sierra Burgess, sassy Sierra Burgess. That's what I believe. That is what I believe. I don't know if that actually happened, but this girl was drowning and I don't think she was getting back. And when Ami was walking away, this girl quieted down and she was screaming for help and then she just quieted down and she never saw who did it. She never saw it. So Ami, I'm just gonna say right now, she probably killed this girl just to get put it into the finals. So she goes to the dance, and they're like, "No, we gotta wait for." Oh, her name is Yasmin, by the way. Her name is the Sierra Riggers. Her name is Yasmin. Because I just remember they're like, "We can't do anything without Yasmin." And she's like, "No, we gotta dance right now. We're really up next. You know what, Ami, you're in." And Ami, obviously, she's just trying to act innocent, but she's literally like a murderer. But we're supposed to care for her. I don't know. So finally we get to the dance and all this stuff happens. Once again, twerking, 11-year-olds twerking in front of these judges. What one inspirational message. And then all of a sudden, Ami realizes, oh wait, the wedding is today. And wait a minute, if I don't go, then I guess my mother has to leave? That's what I'm guessing? I don't know. Again, it was very confusing. I didn't really care for the mother plot line. And so she runs off in the middle of this performance and goes back home and she's like, Mother, don't leave. And she runs off in the middle of this finale. In the middle of the finale. The third act, nothing happens. Nothing happens in this third act. And Ami goes home and the grandmother is like, "Why are you dressed like this? You are dressed like a you were dressed like a hooker." And the mother is like, "No, no, 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 just let her be, just let her be, just let her be. It's fine. It's just stop insulting my daughter." I don't know how she got to that point, but whatever. Uh, so they go into the room to talk, and they're talking, and then they leave. And then we just get a montage at the very end of the movie. Ami, all of a sudden, she's like, you know what? I want to be a normal kid. And she goes outside and starts doing jump rope. And, and the ending is kind of creepy because she's doing jump rope. And then the camera pans up, like, you know how most movies do. It just pans up. Camera moves up. And this girl is still jumping on the jump rope. And then she gets higher and higher where she stays in frame, but the face is I just got a little creeped out by it, and that's our movie. So we don't even know what happened with the dance crew. We don't even know if Yasmin died. This boy got out of the bathroom, but we don't know what happened to him. That's Cuties. That's Cuties, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Um, I don't think I've ever watched a movie that has made me pause and think for this long. I really don't. I There are some movies that is like oh wow, this is gonna change everything. Like Joker. Like, obviously, Joker is a villain, but the reason why Joker works is because he's obviously not supposed to be seen as the good guy. Obviously, it's obviously he's not supposed to be seen as like the, oh, we're supposed to care for him, but we're really not. We're supposed to like him, and we're not supposed to have him do this stuff. But he doesn't learn. But at the same time, it's like Joker's a lot more convoluted. The problem with Cuties is that the movie wants Ami to be a good girl. They want you to be like, oh, look at Ami. She's so innocent and all that kind of stuff. She's so nice or whatever. Because the movie paints her in that way. And then when she starts doing this stuff, that's when you hate her. And that's why you don't like this movie. And that's the problem with this movie. All of this stuff that she does, she never learns. She still stabbed that boy. She still killed a guy. She still put that nude photo up. And she doesn't learn. And I don't think her parent even found out about it. And that's the problem with this movie. Along with all the other stuff that we literally just talked about, getting from point A to point B is so convoluted, is so all over the place. And it's just a bunch of random events that throughout this entirety of movie, I just feel like I watched a bunch of short films. That's literally what I feel like I watched. Not a full featured movie. And I don't I don't understand. I don't understand how this movie got a high score. I don't. This is one of the worst movies I think I've ever seen. Again, the little boy is fine, but he is not enough to save this movie from getting an F. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Wow. Wow. Um, I don't know what Netflix was thinking buying this. This is a horrible movie. Um, I don't recommend supporting this movie. I don't recommend watching this. Again, people can have their own opinions, but this movie was just this was not a fun day. But that's it. That's my review of Cuties. Did you watch Cuties? If you did, let me know what you thought about it. If you watched the trailer, did you have your doubts or did you know, okay, this is not a movie to watch? Uh, Thank you guys for watching. If you want more reviews, you can, leave a comment down below. And I'm the Ninja Story, and remember, the story is always right. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. I've never been this distraught about a movie.